everybody's kind of coming together. And obviously Bruni's real big for me. Stokes is obviously real big for me too. But I tell you who I'm most obsessed with at the moment, and
Who's
that
that?
is Stefan Johansson. I love that cat. That dude,
Yeah.
that dude is everywhere. I mean, just flying around the ball. I love that guy.
Yeah, well, we've just before you came on the show, we kind of singled out Scott Brown and Johansson for just how well they're playing. So yeah, we're glad you picked up on that as well. Like so spread the love of Johansson and Brown, two guys we
Yeah,
can build around. How does it work out? Is that like you're saying, obviously down in Georgia, big SEC, sorry, football country. When guys are watching NCAA college football and then suddenly you bust out the Celtic shirt, I mean, is there a how
Um,
do guys react to it who aren't in the Celtic family?
let's see. How do I answer this? There's a lot of people that give me a lot of shit for it. I mean, that's honestly the best way I can describe it.
Oh, eh?
Yeah, no, there is an element here. There's a pub, and I've taken Dr. J there before, and it's called the Royal Peasant, and I mean the food's good, the beer's all right, but they are a quote football pub, right? So there's like Liverpool things and Man U, and I mean for fuck's sake, they have a Tottenham Hotspur supporters club that meets there, right? And
Christ.
then like one little crazy corner of this place has a Celtic scarf.
And a Ball Deep sticker.
Yeah, yeah, and it had a ball deep sticker on it. And I mean, so there is some element of Athens that has some football culture, but for the most part, everybody just kind of like dismisses me because they're like, oh, well, there's Crazy Chris with his Scottish shit or whatever, and they just make I don't know, they just kind of make fun of me a little bit for it. But I mean, it's one of those things that like I'm the type of person I'm gonna fly my flag no matter where I'm at. So
Good
I just
man.
take it. I just take it with a grain of salt. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
so how did it work out when you took down Dr. J? I mean, good old Southern boys down there, and you bring in a Yankee. You're
oh
bringing a
no,
Yankee.
Yankee, I was wearing a South Carolina t-shirt.
yeah, no,
Well,
they
New York Yankee anyway.
they
No,
actually,
actually, that night, hey, wait a minute, that night we were wearing Celtic tops in that English pub.
yeah, exactly right. And everybody kind of looks at you a little bit differently if you walk in that place with a Celtic top on. They go, okay, I can't mess with him. But that's a cool place to go watch like a World
Yeah, they
Cup
may have
with
been
the
they
U.S.
may have been a little worried about you, Chris, because they were like they can handle one of you, and all of a sudden now there's two of us. Like, oh
Yeah,
shit, there's two Celtic fans in Augusta. I mean in Athens. What am
yeah,
I gonna do now?
yeah. But I mean, if you're wearing like a South Carolina stuff, you're more likely to run into trouble than if you have a Celtic top on. Now, what's what's funny is I called out a guy. There was a guy walking around downtown. I don't know. It was like a Sunday afternoon or something, and there was a guy across the street, and he was wearing a Sevco top.
Oof.
And like I don't think that he knew of me or whatever. I mean it's a big town anyway, but this guy was wearing a Sevco top, and I yelled across the road at him. I'm like, hey, you died. And he just kind of turned around, and like I just pointed at him. I was like, you died. And he couldn't figure it out, so I think it was probably just a present that he was wearing or whatever. But
Yeah, it's tough. I remember meeting a guy in a full Rangers tracksuit in the middle of Toronto. The thing is, I was wearing a Scotland shirt, right? And my parents were over. I was with my mom at the time. And we were
You
walking a
thought you
bit.
guys were mates.
Well, the thing is, he came over and was like, "Oh, what a shirt! Shake my hand." And I just looked at I looked at the Rangers shirt and my eyes just went fucking wide. And then my old dear looks at me being like, "You better not say anything to this guy, this little Canadian guy." And then I just shake. I felt bad because like he was trying to be sound, but I felt that shaking his hand acknowledged that I liked his Sevco shit. So I shook his hand. I was just like, "Wrong team, mate. Wrong team." And he was like, "What?" And I'm just like, "Wrong team, mate." And then I just left. I was like, I can't explain this, my fucking maw here. You know what I mean?
So, Chris, tell me, we're about to hit our 1 year anniversary on from Philly. You ready to go back?
I can't wait. I cannot wait. It's going to be massive. Just everything seems to be falling into place for it. It's going to be absolutely epic.
Yeah, no,
I'm so excited.
Because Paul was even saying he was going to plan on being there, and I even got the conversation with my wife the other day to say, I know you really want to go, so maybe you should just go. So I have a question for you.
Okay.
On reality, do I take her up on that offer? Because you know
Yeah.
what he means, right? You know what when she says, "Yeah, go ahead and do something," even though I don't know, I don't want you to do it.
Ooh.
You know how the reverse psychology thing works, right?
Oh
Well, you've been
yeah.
married. You're married.
Hold on. Have we got anyone that's going to Philly that's a divorce lawyer?
I've got.
No.
Listen, I've got to buy one. Listen, I've got a second. I got to buy one and get one from my last attorney. So this one's on them.
No, I'm. You know, my wife is going to come with me because I told her how much fun it was, and I don't know if she's ever been to Philadelphia before or whatever. So I'm excited to bring her because she it's all these fictitious characters until you meet them in person, and then they're long lost friends.
Yes, that's Stacey calls them my virtual friends. Are you on your phone with your virtual friends again?
Yeah.
Yes.
See,
Yeah.
we over the summer, Seamus from the Plowboys and Fitz, and I think there were like two or three other Philly guys. They were in Atlanta for a technical conference or something, and Seamus messaged me and was like, "Hey man, I'm down in Atlanta. We're hanging out. Blah blah blah. Come grab a beer." So Amanda and I we got in the car and drove to Atlanta and started drinking beer with them. It was during the World Cup, so we watched a little bit, but we went to this German bar and had several drinks with him and everything. And he's like, "Man, I can't wait." So like after that, and then when we came over to your house, Dr. J, I think Amanda was like, "Yeah, let's go to Philly. I want to go. I want to experience that." So
Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
yeah, exactly right.
Exactly.
And the other thing is that when she picked me up from the airport last year, she goes, "God, you look awful. You have this green
I could tweet that
hue."
picture of us from the Delta Club.
Oh, please don't.
Which is that we have the before and the after. The before
Oh,
of back at 8 o'clock in the morning, and the after of I don't ever want to see alcohol again at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
oh my God. And see, we had done it so hard, that Friday and then Saturday morning or whatever, I had to, just get back on the wagon. And we did the same thing until Sunday. And when Sunday hit,
Well,
I mean, it was all I could do to just get down a little bit of coffee and a little bit of water, and it was awful. But I can't wait to do it again, quite honestly. So,
I know this should be a blast.
I
So
just
can you give
remember
me
us in the
so what do you
corner of the
think?
plough, and you guys looked dead, and I thought, I must look like this too.
On Sunday morning, yeah, that's right. Before
Yeah.
you guys had to go fix your car, yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't know if we were getting home because the car was broke down, and you guys were flying. I remember thinking, I wish I had a car. I wish I had a flight right now.
Like, so what do you think, guys? Jog on reality. Do I take her up on it? Do I go and then deal with it, or what? What's the story?
What are the options? Are you going to bring her or go yourself? Is this what the situation is?
Remember, her birthday is Sunday.
Okay.
So I asked her if she wanted to meet us up there for Sunday for the Super Bowl, and then maybe take her on vacation on Monday, like take her somewhere as an apology.
See, I think, dude, that is a viable option right there.
That's a viable
Yeah.
option.
I
Yeah.
think, like, in fairness, I've never been married, but yeah, I'd do that.
All right, I'll tell her 2 out of 3 people agree. So I was outvoted.
Wait,
Chris
don't.
and Paul said I'd
No,
do it.
don't tell her Chris and Paul said this because she'll
Well,
fucking
I'm
hate
not
us.
Listen, I'm
Be
not
like,
taking the beating
I was
for
speaking
this.
to Graham Wilson on the Beyond the Wave show and Deco, and they both said,
Oh, okay.
let them take the rap.
No, she's already mad at Deco. Remember, she's mad at Deco.
Was she married
Deco
at
went to an
Deco for?
Italian buffet and left us all out to dry when we
What?
went to Toronto.
Oh,
Mm.
Deco wasn't there when
Yeah,
she was there.
yeah. She wanted to meet. She's like, I heard all this about Deco, and then all of a sudden, Deco's like, I had to go to a work thing.
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to stay mad at Deco. Can we talk about Sevco a little bit? It is a
Let's
Christmas
talk about Sevco a little bit.
it's a Christmas show, so we can talk about the gift that keeps giving. I mean, how hilarious is this? I mean, Ali McCoy's coming out with Ali McCoy's a snake. Ali McCoy's always been a snake. He was a snake when he was a player. He's a snake now. He was a snake when he was on fucking BBC television pretending to be this
He quit,
cheeky.
but he didn't quit. You mean?
Yeah, he doesn't quit. And he's talking about, oh, I'll never walk away from Rangers, blah, blah, blah. I just handed in my notice. It's because that he wants to be fired, because he wants to pick up £800,000
Right, exactly.
compensation money. It's like, Mike Ashley's, you should bring in, I mean, Mike Ashley with Joe Kinnear, bringing him in above Alan Pardew to try and get Alan Pardew to get fired. All right, Chris, so who could Mike Ashley bring in as, like, director of football above Ali McCoist that would actually make Ali McCoist walk away from £800,000?
I have no idea.
Neil Lennon?
I mean, that's about the only person probably would be Neil Lennon. I mean, what? I don't even know where to start with them. They are such a joke. Like the Queen of the South match. I mean, they are just total shambles. And then all the stuff with Ally McCoy's, I'm never going to walk away. I'm just going to sink this ship even further. They,
You,
they can jump off a cliff for all I care.
you know what it kind of reminds me of? Do you remember, like, when you were a kid and stuff and you'd be at school and, like, a fight would maybe break out? And one guy would act really, really tough and he'd be like, oh, I could fucking batter everybody here. And then some guy's like, come on, go for it, fucking fight me. And he's like, I would fight you, but like, there's this thing that I've got to do right now.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
that is what Ali McCoist is going through right now.
That is a
It's like,
perfect
I'm
comparison.
absolutely disgusted at the running of this club and good people losing their jobs, and I would resign, but I really
I'm
want
just
I really
not
want that
going to.
£800,000.
And see, the thing is I don't even think they've got enough money to even take a collection plate for that. Like they don't have a pot to piss in, and I mean they're totally screwed. They are totally screwed, and they deserve every bit of it, every single bit of it.
I don't know, man. I mean, every time you think this can't get any funnier, it just keeps on getting funnier. I mean, what I read on the internet the other day, so I'm not gonna. This wasn't me. This was someone else. I really can't remember who wrote it, so apologies for the Sevco thing. The whole story from start to finish sounds like a sitcom that was wrote by two Tims. What they're like in their apartment in the East End of Glasgow, drunk with a bottle of Bucky, thinking, "Oh wait, this should happen. Like we should have them getting taken over by this guy Craig White, and Craig White's financial advisor's like a porn baron." And then like wait for it. He gets caught in Jamaica or Mexico. No, Mexico. Make it Mexico. And then he gets brought back. But guess what? The catch is, you're going to love this. He taped all the phone calls. Ah! I can't wait. I mean, I think if I could have anything for Christmas right now, it would be the Craig White tapes.
Oh, because they're going to be absolutely chock full of just hilarious little statements. Let's see, when was it? They got beat. They got beat by somebody that they weren't supposed. It was help me how to say it. Aloha,
Aloha.
Aloha. Okay.
Aloha. The
Yeah.
Wasps.
So when Aloha beat them a week or two ago or whatever, and Twitter just erupted in this mad display of like zombie hunters, or whatever. Some of the comments were, you need to tune into Scotland Sport Night or whatever it is. And I forget who it's on. I think it's on Clyde One or whatever. And I was at work, and I turned it on. I put my headphones in,